Welcome to Atheon Analytics Tutorials. In this video we're going to be looking at how to use omniscope for geographical mapping and geocoding of data. In this first table of data we're looking at a set of information relating to a number of stores in the UK, and for each store we know the type of store that it is, so whether it's a high street or a big supermarket, and we have an account manager dedicated to each store. So we could be using this for our sales teams. Now at the moment it's just a table of data and we have very limited information about each store. We have a name, and in this case we happen to have a postcode for the store. So using the information that we have, we're going to get omniscope to calculate the longitude and latitude of all of these stores, and then we'll be able to automatically plot them on a map. In order to do that, we're going to create a very simple formula, and it will calculate based on the postcode information that we have. So to do that, we're going to use the formulas button at the top of the table and add a formula field. So first of all, I'm going to create a field which will calculate the latitude of each store. So I've created a new field called latitude, and because it's a formula field, it's asking me to apply the formula. You can see more about formulas on one of the other Atheon training videos. But here I'm going to use, from my functions list, I'm going to use the geocoding function, and in this case geocode lat, and I'm going to tell it to base the calculation on the postcode of each individual store, and we can see here it's automatically calculating for the given postcode in the first record. It's finding me the latitude. So when I click OK, it will populate the rest of the new field with the relevant information. So having calculated latitude, I'll now repeat that and use the same formula to calculate the longitude. So it's based on this latitude and longitude that omniscope will be able to place all this data onto a map. Of course, if you have latitude and longitude or XY coordinates in your data originally, then you don't need to do this calculation. So we're now going to change our view from a table view of data and select a map view. And you can see here that the data is now plotted on a map of the UK. There's a number of different maps built into omniscope, so if I want to, using the map button here, I could choose a world satellite map, for example, and we can see the same data now being plotted on a satellite map of the UK. Obviously you have to be online to be able to do this. And using the view tools across the top of the map view here, we have a number of options for what we can do. So for example, I could colour the data, perhaps by the account manager who's looking after those stores, or perhaps by the type of store. We can use shape on a map, so again I might want to have different shapes for the various account managers. And I can apply labels to the map, so here I'm going to put the store names. And by clicking and dragging the mouse, just like in other views in omniscope, such as the bar view and the pie view, I can drill into the data simply by clicking and selecting an area on the map and zooming in to get more and more detail. All of this is going to allow us to spot patterns geographically that perhaps we wouldn't spot from a table of data. Here on the left we can see all of our stores by the various account managers who look after them, and on the right hand side is the same information but in the more traditional table form. So broadly on this map it looks like our different account managers look after different territories within the country. However, it may enable us to spot anomalies in the data. So for example, I've coloured the data by the account manager, and if I pick on the two account managers called Richard and Sue by using my filters on the right hand side, I can see that broadly they both look after the Midlands and the southwest of the country. I can see Sue's data in blue and Richard's in green, and we can see that Sue looks after this central area and Richard after the southwest. However, I can also see here that Richard has a store right in the middle of Sue's territory, and perhaps this is something that we wouldn't pick up from a table of data. By adding views we can look at more than one map at a time, and of course we can use our filters from the right hand side down to any subset of data. And we can use maps as part of a dashboard. In this case we've also got bar charts and pie charts on the same screen, and all the views link together. So as I click on the bar chart, we can see that relevant bit of information now being highlighted in the pie charts at the bottom and also on the map. In this data set we're looking at not retail sales data in this case, but the works of Van Gogh. So we can see that in tabular format, each work of Van Gogh has various bits of information, so the type, the category, the country in which it's located, for example. So now we're going to put that same information onto a dashboard, including a map. And here we can immediately spot trends as to where this data, or these paintings in this case, are located in the world. We can see there's a lot of Van Gogh's work here in Western Europe, and also a lot here in North America. So this time we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to drill down, again by using the mouse, clicking and dragging, and have a look at this North American data. And this time, using my mode button, I'm going to start making selections. So I'm going to select this bit of data here on the East Coast, and this bit of data in Central America, and using my move and keep functions I'm going to drill down using those geographical selections. So this is a very, very powerful way of being able to use geographical location and trending analysis to be able to drill down into our data. One last example here. These are the mountains of the Himalayas. We can see in the scatter chart at the bottom the heights of the mountains on the y-axis against the date at which they were first ascended on the x-axis. And I can use this scatter chart to make selections again. So perhaps I'm interested in these highest mountains, or perhaps the mountains which were ascended most recently. And we can see the map updating as we're making our selections. So there's a number of ways in which we can very, very quickly put our data into Omniscope and use geographical mapping to spot trends and patterns in the information, such as sales patterns geographically, north versus south, or different regions of the world. We can look at competitor analysis, where a store's located if we're thinking of opening new stores. And it's a very, very powerful way of being able to look at our data. All of this is taught on the Atheon Omniscope Introductory Training course, and for more information, contact us at info@atheon.co.uk or give us a call on 08 444 145 501.